Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
By now, you already know your Cincinnati Bengals lost their 2023 season opener to the Cleveland Browns 24-3. 3 points. Last time this offense put up 3 points. This is Bengals on the Brain, and I'm Joe Goodberry. The show is presented by First Star Logistics. We're going to watch film. We're going to break it down and at least go through it together. Go through the motions. Try and be therapeutic about this. Let's look for signs of life. Can it get corrected? What were the biggest issues from Sunday's opener? But remember, First Star Logistics, they're giving away a bunch of stuff. The 3 helmets, the 3 Jamar Chase helmets were given away on Monday. The winners were announced on Malik Wright's channel on Twitter. Make sure you're following all of us at Joe Goodberry, at First Star Logistics. Link will be below. They also showed all the things they're giving away for all the Bengals games this year in a picture. Make sure you check that out. It's crazy stuff. I want it. It's just, can I enter? What are the rules here? I need rules. I need to know what I can and can't do to get in on this. I want that Blitz arcade machine. You can put First Star all over it. I don't care. But the game, the Bengals game, what happened? I would like to be as animated as I feel inside, where it's like you had months to look different. You had 6 weeks while the quarterback was out to install a better running game. Something. They couldn't do that. They couldn't get it together. They had nothing new to show for it. And it looked like, to be honest, not to blame everything on Joe Burrow missing so much time, but it looked like they got terrible practice over the last 2 months. And I wrote about this before when Burrow originally went down, that when that happens, it's a cascading effect. Everyone's going to deal with it. It's not just the receivers that are like, now I'm getting inaccurate passes, late passes. The O-line, it's different. The calls are different. The adjustments are different. Everything about the offense is different. And then the defense looks different because they're reacting to a poor quarterback in practice. So for 2 months, did you get poor practice? And that's why you guys look so bad out there? A lot of criticisms about coaching, a lot of criticisms about game planning, a lot of criticism about the weather. Can we even criticize the weather? It was a factor. Won't deny it. But then pivot. You pivoted in the divisional playoff game against the Bills to a run game and let Joe Mixon off the leash and let him go nuts on the Bills. They seem to not want to do that. In the neutral situations, the Bengals were 50-50 running pass. So they leaned on the run, but just not enough. Clearly not enough. Clearly not in situations, and we're going to go over that when we see the film, but clearly not in situations where Burrow could not grip the ball. He could not throw the ball. He eventually put a glove on. The ball came out better. But you wasted 3 drives on Burrow not being able to hold the ball? Did anyone on the sideline say, hey, Joe, can you throw this ball? Because if not, we're going to hand it off. And if it's a monsoon, if it's, Zach Taylor called it the heaviest rain he's ever seen in his 10 years, if it's that, run the ball. So a lot of coaching decisions, a lot of weirdness, a lot of just disappointment, embarrassment. It was the day after Joe Burrow signed his contract, and he played the worst game of his career. Worst game I've ever seen him play. He didn't even play that bad ever at LSU. This is his worst game. And I know he's got like 1 or 2 stinkers a year. This was bad. It's because he couldn't throw the damn ball. But he also wasn't as crisp as you would like. That's the thing. How much does good Joe Burrow, elite Joe Burrow, cover up on this team? Especially when it comes to coaching and scheme and things like that. Feels like a lot. And when he's not Superman and he's this guy, or less than Superman, not less than yesterday, because, well, it's hard to do that. If he's less than Superman, what is he? What is this team? Are they that bad? I don't buy it. Let's dive into the tape. Let's enjoy this together. Let's go through it together. And let's see what was going on with this offense. And is there any scheming? Is there any guys getting open? Is there anything the coaches are helping these guys to get easy plays, to create chunk plays, to create a running game. How'd the offensive line look? Let's dive in. Okay, so we got the film here. Let it roll here right from the very first play. We're going to get a preview of what's going to happen for the entire game. Not only is it just a incomplete pass, but it's a wobbly duck of a ball. Maybe Burrow's elbow was hit. Maybe this is the first time we get a glimpse that his grip is an issue. But also, if we can stop it here, there's a bit of an issue with the play. And this is going to be something we're going to look at all day long as Irv Smith wants to come across the line and he's trying to block Zadarius Smith over here because the Bengals have a package play here. He can give this ball off. Joe Burrow can run this ball if he so chooses to do so. So let's run the play for a second there. And you see he's a little bit off in terms of his angle. He's coming across the O-line closer to the line of scrimmage. And he's a little bit late. But if you see here, if this play was given off, if he could have laid a shoulder into the defensive end, you have a pretty clear hole for Joe Mixon. It's a pretty big hole for him to hit up the middle. Instead, we hit the ball to Higgins. And I'll go back real quick and show why this ball is to Higgins. So what you're looking for pre-snap here, if this is a pre-snap package play versus an RPO, and the difference there in RPO is you're reading a defender and then playing off of it. I think this is a pre-snap package play where you have a bunch of plays built into one and you read pre-snap and say, okay, if this guy's still in off coverage, then why wouldn't I take this easy route for T. Higgins on the out route, right? If this guy is back here playing off coverage, then feel free to hit this. They hit this all season long last year if the conditions are right and he can grip the ball. But I think that's what you see Joe Burrow look at here and then say to himself, all right, I'm going to throw this quick out route to T. Higgins, and bang, right there. It would have been caught. It would have been contact right at the catch point. But again, the Bengals do that all the time. And we've seen it from this angle. So let it roll. Watch 99 on the edge. Watch how he just drives in and drives directly at Burrow. 99's actually supposed to see this guy coming from the other side, if we can pause it. So 99, Zadarius Smith, that's a perfect circle there, is supposed to be eyes on this guy as he comes across. Because when he sees the action going this way, basically you've got everyone blocking this way on here. So who's going to block him? He's got to assume this guy's coming across the formation and coming to pick him up. But what you end up seeing here is he doesn't care. He does absolutely not care, and he's going straight for Joe Burrow on the play here. So let's let it roll and watch how fast he gets off this line here. Beeline to Burrow. No regard for, maybe that was the call. Maybe they said, hey, don't worry about the run. We don't care. Go for the quarterback. You're hunting. Go out there and hunt. So the very next play, Bengals are like, all right, let's get a guy to the flats here. Let's run a little bit of pre-snap motion or at the snap motion with Joe Mixon, getting him into the flats. And we'll just chuck it out to him real fast and see if we can get our receivers to block. But watch the ball come out of Burrow's hands. So this is the second play here. He was just hit, potentially in that hand. He fell on that hand. That ball comes out super wobbly. Right, you'll see it right here. Play goes in motion. Ball is just, that's how you would look if you were throwing it lefty. So you can tell he's got no grip at all on this thing. Let's go to third down. First third down of the game, 3rd and 9. Not a lot of confidence at this point, but I will pause it here because all year, we're going to look at where the safeties are placed, right? That means where it's going to be a single high defense, middle of the field closed type defense, and that this guy over here is probably going to come down, even if he was coming more middle, but it's going to leave just this guy as the deep free safety. So let's let it roll and let's see what we get on this play. Is this what Joe Burrow's reading pre and post snap? So we got Jamar Chase in motion to see if we got man coverage. We're like, nope, it's zone coverage. So now go back to where you were. Look at the bunching of the receivers. So now the Bengals are out there with 4 wide receivers. There's no tight end on the field. This is 10 personnel. T. Higgins is at the top of your screen. And the 3 receivers down here are Trent Irwin, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase. And by stacking them up like this, what you're getting is the 3 coverage guys are way off because they're basically saying we're in zone. We need to see how each of these guys release, because if he goes this way and he goes this way and he goes this way, okay, well then I got this guy, I got this guy, and I got this guy. But it doesn't always come out like that, right? He could go this way, he could go this way, and he could go this way. Well, that depends on, now I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to take that guy. You know what I'm saying? So the Browns are an off coverage. This gives you free releases. This gives you the opportunity to cause a little bit of confusion on offense. And let's see what the Bengals run out of it. So that's exactly what happens is Boyd goes over the middle. Trent Irwin's going upfield with Jamar Chase lagging behind him, which is by design because Jamar Chase is going to break off the route here at the line. And what I wanted to show is it did end up being middle of the field closed. It did end up being a single high safety. What you end up with this too is like you almost got 3 defenders on the Browns over here that just aren't even in the play in coverage. And that means you have 3 offensive weapons for the Bengals and 3 defenders. So you got really good numbers advantage on this side of the field. This is definitely the side of field to look towards. And with the single high safety, that means the boundary is open. We end up with a clear out route for Jamar Chase as we end up with a clear out. I tried to run it. I tried to draw an arrow. We end up with a clear out from Trent Irwin, which is going to take the attention of both of these guys here and leave Jamar Chase wide open. So watch how the bunch formation keeps coverage off of Jamar Chase, and Chase is wide open. Burrow gets it off very quickly. Very quick processing. First down, Bengals. Let's focus on the O-line. Let's focus on Orlando Brown and Myles Garrett. Garrett getting underneath, man. Leverage. When you're going against a guy that's 6'8" like that, get underneath him. Focusing on the left side here again. Unless you don't care about that, we can look at the other 4 guys too. Looks like only Kappa really had an issue there. Kappa 65 at right guard. So Kappa and Brown, yeah, lost a little bit of leverage. Kappa seems to be regaining his anchor there. Travion chips this guy inside, so Jonah's trying to adjust and redirect. Ball's already out. And this is when Burrow's processing really well. This is when the offense works. You don't see the offensive line like that. Yeah, multiple guys were stressed out on that play, but the ball's out because Burrow was really clean and quick there. Next play. And like I said, we're going to watch the safeties. So you end up with, we got 2 safeties, look like they're split when you don't see anybody in the middle of the field between the hash marks here. That means middle of the field is open. You should be looking to throw to your route that's over the middle of the field. But right at the snap, what do we see? This guy, he's coming up. So as he walks up, he's going to go to the middle of the field. So we have, again, single high coverage, middle of the field closed. You can throw to your boundary and throw to your boundary receivers, which means Jamar Chase running his go ball down the sideline. And that's where, if you're Joe Burrow pre-snap, you're saying, okay, that's where I want to go. I want to go to Jamar Chase. And you see right here, Burrow has to make his decision now. We're a quick passing offense. He's not really getting like a 7-step full drop and then chucking this thing as deep and as far as he can. It's not the Josh Allen, quarterback situation here where he's just chucking it downfield. Justin Herbert was doing this. Even Tua was doing this yesterday. This one, Burrow has to decide where he's going with this ball, right? And if you look, what am I reading as a quarterback in this scenario? You ever heard the phrase, if he's even, he's leaving? If the receiver in the corner are dead even, or hopefully the receiver's past the corner, I'm chucking this ball 40 yards downfield. But because the corner is on top of Jamar Chase here, and even look up on the other side here to T. Higgins, the corner is clearly above Higgins. I'm going to throw the back shoulder ball. The Bengals are very comfortable doing this. That's what they want to do. They throw the back shoulder ball here. Well, at least that's the decision. Is I'm going to throw it back shoulder, and we're going to have a completion, 15, 20 yards down the field. As soon as we do that, what happens? The eyes of the corner go into the backfield. So he's pressing Jamar Chase, trying to stay over top, and then getting his eyes in the backfield because he knows the back shoulder ball is coming. He gets in the great position here to defend the back shoulder pass as Jamar Chase gets squeezed to the sideline. So this is a bad route by Chase. He gets jammed. He doesn't beat his guy downfield. And then the corner reads the back shoulder better than Jamar Chase does. And he's able to make a play on it. Martin Emerson, really impressive in year 2. O-line does their job there. Really good protection. Another weird delivery of the ball for Joe Burrow. Let's watch him here. Let's watch that back foot. Can he push off with that calf? It's weird. Definitely weird. You don't like to see, almost like he didn't want to twist and torque it. Next play here is a run plays. We got Orlando Brown Jr. going to pull to the right. And then the first carry of the season goes to Chris Evans. Who would have guessed that? I guess after a good summer. That's fine. Wasn't used much. He did get more playing time than normal, but wasn't used much. And Alex Kappa, it's a good play by the defender, 22. I think that's Grant Delpit. But Alex Kappa can't hold on to this guy long enough, can't stay locked in to number 90 here. Makes it a little tighter than it has to be. See right there? If he could have followed and maybe stayed with behind Orlando Brown a little bit longer, Chris Evans. Good tackle. It's a good run. You'll take 4 or 5 yards on every single carry. Brings you up to third down now. 3rd and 5. So you'll take 5 on that. That's no problem. I was just wondering if it could have went for a little bit longer. Okay, 3rd down. We get our first sack of the game. Let's take a look at the routes. We're not even off the line of scrimmage at the top of the screen here. I switched to blue somehow. We're not even off the line of scrimmage at the top. Looks like we've got a comeback route here by Jamar Chase, and that's probably where he wanted to go because we have a single high safety, meaning we wanted to go to the boundary more than likely, and it looks like Joe looks to the left first, so I believe this one was going to Jamar Chase as well. It would have been tight coverage again. Emerson all over him. Emerson's long, strong, good athlete. Yeah, that's Myles Garrett crossing over our center right at the snap. Bang, bang. Outside, goes the other way. Which causes the pressure, obviously. So they're going to send 5 guys. We've got 5 to block. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here. Karras and Myles Garrett. And that's all good, and that's all fine if everyone can pick up there. And then right away, Garrett beats Karras. This is a great job by Jim Schwartz to get Myles Garrett on your center. Karras is good, but, your center is not your best one-on-one blocker on the team. He's probably your worst in most cases and scenarios. So getting him there is great. You got chip help on the right side. Awesome. We're looking at it like we're in great shape there. And the only reason the sacks come from that side is because Burrow has to climb and get out of there. So moving on to the next drive. This is drive number 2 now. We have some pre-snap motion. Mitch Wilcox coming in motion. We got 2 tight ends out there, 2 wide receivers. Irv Smith is not one of the tight ends. And again, we get another solid chunk, and this is a solid chunk without receivers really blocking. Look at the receivers down on the right. They didn't expect that play to get bounced out. This is a weird play because Orlando Brown goes to the right. They down block on the left side of the line. I mean, you could have bounced this out pretty wide if those corners were getting blocked, or at least the one corner was getting blocked by any of the receivers. Hmm. Interesting play to see if they come back to and what they work off of this. Having Orlando Brown pull to the right while you run to the left. The idea there is that we've talked about this before when we're saying like play action works without running the ball, because as he pulls, you should get the flow of the linebackers to go with him. Even this guy, because they read how you block. So if these guys are blocking down, even Wilcox, if he blocks down, let's see who he gets. He ends up outside here if you can block him down. But if that's how they're going to block, then watch the linebackers on this one. Let's see if they flow with it. They definitely do. 100% flow with it. Okay. I actually want to go back. Watch 6. They flow hard to the right because of that pull. If you had an extremely athletic, fast running back, he might be able to hit this and turn it up and really go for it. I don't think it's designed to go that way. That's a very weird run, because you can see the way Mitch Wilcox blocks is he doesn't think Mixon's going to bounce it to the left. All right, so we're down to second down now. Second drive of the game. And we've got a screen. And it actually looks like you've got some room there. Yeah, it would take everyone getting nice blocks, and we ended up with 2-on-1 on the O-line, which is fine. I mean, you'd pick up 5 yards on a screen. That's okay. There's room for much more. I wonder what happened to Kappa there as he lost his helmet, because they look like they're showing blitz. So it's a good time to run a screen, but they dropped out of it. There's a face mask on Kappa. Should have been a 15-yard penalty. Watch Kappa. Right there, he grabs the face mask and pulls him down. Grant Delpit pulled Kappa down by his face mask. And one more time from this angle. I want to watch how Burrow threw this, because I remember during the game I thought, this is a weird way to throw the ball. What happened here? He just shot put it. So now we got a 3rd and 1. We know the Bengals like to throw a lot of these vertical balls during this game. I can't remember if this is one of them, so let's see what happens here. Play action. It's the slant flat. Slant flat meaning, just so we're clear on this, you're going to run this guy to try and pick, hopefully, this inside guy, while you're running this guy that way. You're basically just crossing them real quickly, hoping that this guy runs with Jamar Chase and this guy runs into Jamar Chase, and it leaves the flat route wide open. And they ran it more like a hook for Chase. So that makes sense. You can run that too. Same. He's going to hook right in front of this guy. Problem is Denzel Ward comes off of it so quick. He reads it right away. And the ball's high and it's dropped also. So that is the other part of it. You got to make a good throw. and you got to catch it. Hopefully this ball is out in front of Irv Smith where he can catch it, turn up field, because he's about to be a yard short of the first down marker anyway. Can't double catch it. You want to catch it clean, turn up field. The ball's got to be out in front of you. Yep. Short run on first down here as the Bengals start their third drive of the game. We got orbit motion for Jamar Chase and then a run up the middle. I see Capaway in the backfield getting pulled to the ground. Let's see what happened to him. If you don't know what orbit motion is, that's what that is right there from Jamar Chase. Is first he comes in motion this way, and then he's going to come all the way around, and he could run a route from here. You could pitch him the ball, which the Bengals will do. They try to do things like this to get him free. You can also kind of see what coverage the defense is in as well. If you get a player to run with them, like a defensive back, a corner, they're not here, so they're in zone, and bring them back around. Again, this is a fine run. You will take 3 yards on first down. It's not a positive, but it's not a negative. It just is what it is. It means you got to be efficient following this. Now we got play action. Burrow out of the pocket, and the ball just slips out of his hands. We definitely want to go back and see what happened here. Meaning, middle of the field, you're going to have a safety in the middle. Even though they're showing cover 2 to start, you definitely see the guy cheating up. Grant Delpit, now he's going back. Yep, Delpit comes down. And we're going to end up with a single high safety, meaning it's a cover 3 look. We've got this corner on this side, this corner on this side. That's your 3 deep shell. You can almost cut the defense in the 3s, and you say these are all your guys. These are all your sections, your quadrants, your 3-part section of the defensive field. And the play action really doesn't do anything here. Doesn't look like it pulls anyone up. Doesn't really give you anything other than lack of time. And the only routes that would have been favorable in this situation, if you look, would have been Chase running an out route again. So now we've got an out route on third down because he's bailing, right? His feet are opening as he's going downfield, as he's like, I got to cover the deep, but no one else is there. So maybe Emerson would have flipped around and got underneath. But because Burrow's leaving the pocket, he's going to the check down, Irv Smith on second down, and the ball looks like it slips right out of his hand. So I want to see what the pressure looked like up front here. There's the play action. Did Burrow's feet slip maybe? We'll see it on this other angle here. So Burrow's definitely setting up here, looking to the left. I believe the fact that his eyes come back down here is not very, not a good sign in terms of him seeing the field correctly. I don't think he saw that. I don't think he saw the rotation correctly. Because for him to quickly come off of Chase, so pre-snap, you're checking the safeties. Post-snap, you're confirming the safeties. What are they doing? And for him to come off of that so quickly means I don't think he saw it correctly. Okay, so once again, third down here. Bengals go with 4 wide receivers again. You're looking at Trent Irwin all the way out here. Looks like Jamar on the other side. Tyler Boyd in the slot with T. Higgins in the slot as well. Man coverage as well. So let's go back. This is clearly about to be a single high safety. They're showing man free, meaning you've got your man, you've got your man once you get out there, you've got your man, you've got yours, and I'm going to guess that the linebacker's got the running back. This is what you want. You're the Cincinnati Bengals, and you've got man coverage on these receivers on third down. That's what you want. You got 5 guys rushing. So they're not even trying to confuse you here on the offensive line. See, these are 5 guys that are rushing. Maybe they stunt afterwards. But pre-snap, you should all be pretty clear on who you're picking up. And you've got man coverage. So Burrow quickly goes to the slot option here, Tyler Boyd. So let's watch Boyd versus Grant Delpit, who had a great game. I think they figured that's where you're going to go with the ball. Like pre-snap, let's think about it. Safety comes off. Safety's off of Boyd here. And the free safety's eyes got to be instantly thinking, like, if this is a hot, because we're sending 5, where's he going to go with this ball? He's probably going to go to this slot option. And they do quickly. They both close and make the tackle just short of the first down marker. We kind of need Boyd to be quicker, just be more athletic. He's a good player, but run away from this safety. That ball's on the line. Nothing he can do. He's getting tackled by both guys. Let's be honest. Nothing he can do. And the line blocks fine. Let's watch the line. Do they pick up their 5 guys? It should be pretty clear unless we see a stunt anywhere, which I didn't see previously. Yeah, there is a stunt. There's a stunt up the middle, but it's a super slow. These two are just going to loop around each other. Really, really slow. He's going to come this way, and he's going to come this way. Really, that doesn't, they're fine. They have no problem picking that up. You do kind of get that linebacker blitzing, but only because he sees Travion set up in pass pro. Flip it around now. We're in the second quarter. We're going the other way. Once again, looks like we have a single safety in the back, or in the secondary. Yikes. So we've got a single safety. And let's look at these routes. Looks like a speed out for T. Higgins on this side. And remember earlier when I said, like, look, you want to throw to the numbers advantage side. You got 2 guys over here that are just basically bracketing Higgins. So you're right. You read a single high free safety. If anything, if any of these options are correct, it's probably Chase sitting down here. What do we got down here? This and then that probably. Let's let the play develop and see how it goes for these guys. Yeah, that's right. So he picked to go to the left on this, which means either I'm throwing that out route, that speed out to T. Higgins, or I'm checking it down to Joe Mixon. Mixon's not even off the line yet. He's not even out of there yet. It's like a handoff. Let's watch the O-line. Yeah, what a weird throw. He's wiping his hand off. He's gripping that thumb. You can see him flexing that thumb right there. Everyone's just having issues with ball security there. Because Mixon may have picked up a couple yards, actually. And his eyes are, Burrow's eyes are, he's expecting a blitz here. Goes right, takes a peek right, goes left, takes a peek right, and then flips it left. Just processing there quickly. He sees very quickly that Higgins is covered because that guy goes underneath on that. You can't throw it there. But he definitely didn't look comfortable in saying, okay, let me relax. Maybe take a bounce step back, look to the right fully, see Chase is open, and hit him. That's like high level Burrow. That's when he's fully functioning at his best. Second down now. Looks like we've got a single high safety, Delpit number 22 again. So are we looking to the boundary? What do we get here? We got a stacked receiver look at the bottom of the screen. Try and isolate Tyler Boyd one-on-one. That ball is desperately behind him. Does the ball get tipped or does it come out of Burrow's hands that bad? Let's see at the snap here. No, that's his grip. You see the way he's trying to put the other hand on it and hold it even longer. This game may have really just come down to his grip. It's amazing. And then once they put the glove on, the game script was away from him. Something we talked about when previewing this. Yeah, he's patting the ball twice. You've never seen Burrow do that. Ever. I've never seen it. So after a pre-snap penalty, it is 3rd and 15. And they hand it off on a draw to Chris Evans. Not much to see or take away from that. Bengals are down 3-0 in this drive. Moving on to the next drive. They get it at the 21 to start. They had field position, terrible field position all first half. Starting with a run here, and Joe Mixon up the middle for 12. Great run. Really, really hard physical run. This is what we need from Joe Mixon. This is what it looks like. Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah, we got some dual blocks up front. Volson's going to take number 6, the middle linebacker. Mixon sees that the interior guys are starting to lose their leverage, especially the tight end here. That's got to be Sample, as looks like Delpit's getting underneath him. So he's going to bounce to the next hole, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. I mean, that's what you need. That's what it looks like when the running back can run that way. The play is pretty well defended, but when you break 2 tackles, one by the safety here in the hole, and then the next guy at the second level, that is an A-plus tremendous run by Joe Mixon. So now it's first down from the 33. You're only down 3. Maybe you've got a sign of life here. Bringing T. Higgins in motion. Now bringing Tyler Boyd in motion. And we got another broken tackle. Another missed tackle. Carry this guy for another 8 to 10 yards. Joe Mixon is on fire. 2 runs out of the shotgun. I love it. This is what the game plan should have looked like, to be honest with you. Joe Burrow's got the glove on now, by the way. Yeah, so actually Burrow was trying to send the left guy in motion, and then Boyd goes, "No, I go in motion here." So nice block by Orlando Brown. We're gonna bring this back. Yes, we are. So Orlando Brown has got to reach block. He's got to get this guy that's in front of him, because the play clearly is going this way, right, guys? So if everyone's got to block the guy that's in front of him here, and I'm guessing that he wants to get in front of him here. He wants to get up and get the linebacker, and then we're going to have Kappa get this linebacker if everything goes correctly. But watch Orlando Brown Jr. get in front of the D tackle on the front side of the play here. Oh, yeah. Moving super quick, super fast. Great job, Orlando Brown Jr. That's what it looks like. And Joe Mixon finishing, running through tackles, not going down. It should have been a Joe Mixon game. It should have been a Joe Mixon game. Let's focus on him now that we already seen what Brown did on that run play. He gets off so fast here. Impressive. Impressive. Everyone else does their job on the front side. And we got blocking by the receiver, Jamar Chase. I don't want to get too excited on a game where you scored 3 points, but those are probably your 2 best plays back to back, no doubt in my mind, in this game. Okay, so now where do we go from here? We got first down from the Browns' 45-yard line. And Travion Williams falls. What do you look at his hand afterwards? All right, let's pull it together, Joe. I mean, because this run looked like it could have went somewhere. Yeah, look at the receivers blocking on that side. They're back into this game, guys. We got Higgins and Boyd on our right side. Look at this. Bounce it outside. Bounce this outside with an athletic running back that you drafted in the whatever round, higher than the guy that was inactive from the 5th round, Chase Brown, or run this with Chase Brown instead. And you're one-on-one with Martin Emerson Jr. for a 45-yard touchdown. Now, I know they don't have that guy. I'm saying if they had that guy, they don't. He's not on the roster. Or we took Joe Mixon out after 2 great runs because he can only handle 2 runs in a row. Come on, Travion. Look at this. Let's watch this hole on the left side. Instantly bounces out. Great blocking by that left side there, especially Drew Sample blocking his guy down. Orlando Brown blocking his guy down. Then both receivers get blocked. So 2 plays in a row, receivers are getting their blocks. Travion Williams, you're one-on-one with a corner on the outside. Yikes. Yikes. Footing. Holding on to the ball. What an issue. They were just not ready to play in this rain at all. I get it. It's coming down. But wow. 2nd down now. Single high safety. Middle of the field closed. Nope. Now we got a rotation. We got 2 deep, it looks like. After Higgins is in motion again. You want to run versus 2 deep. And they do. Good run, Travion Williams. Doesn't make up for the potential for a huge run on 1st down. But let's keep the chains moving. Let's stay ahead of the game. Let's get 6 or 7 on this one. At the hole right there. We got guys climbing to the 2nd level. That's what it looks like. Pre-snap motion. Volson and Karras climbing up and making this hole, blocking 2nd level defenders, running through an arm tackle, jumping over the guy coming down the line there, the other linebacker. Good job, Travion Williams. Good job running the ball. Good job blocking. The Bengals may have found their stride here on this drive. Yep. So now we're ending up with a 3rd down situation, and it's 3rd and 3 from the 38-yard line. This is where the game gets away from us, right? So I just want to start with this because right away, a lot of people are like, hey, you're running the ball. Run the ball here. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that idea. But right away, the Bengals come out. It's not Joe Mixon. It's Travion Williams. He's their 3rd down back, I guess. He's their passing game back. And what do they do right away? Put him in motion. Put him up to the line of scrimmage. Because they're expecting a blitz. They want to help Jonah Williams, maybe. Okay, now the defense knows we are not running the ball unless we're going to run a QB draw with Joe Burrow. They're pointing out protection to the left. In single high, they're taking their shot. I said this, right? With single high defense, where are the open areas? The boundaries are the open areas. You want to attack here. You want to attack here. So that's fine. This is what the Browns are saying. They're saying if you're going to complete a pass on us, you're going to have to throw a 50-50 ball to T. Higgins. And the Bengals were more than happy to say, fine, that's what we'll do then. Because look at the inside guys. Is Boyd open? You wouldn't say so. Is Trenton Irwin open? You wouldn't say so. One of these guys has to have a safety on him. You got 4 receivers out there. Do they go out there with 4 corners? Who's not getting open versus a safety? That's what we're going to look at in a second. The protection's fine. Protection's fine. T tries to go up with one hand. I think that's Trenton Irwin that doesn't get open versus. Oh, they bring Delpit down. That's why the Bengals are going 4 wide receivers. So Delpit's covering Trenton Irwin and getting blanketed by a safety. Delpit had a great game. I mean, T. Higgins got blanketed later also by Delpit, made a play on the ball that maybe ended the game for real. But if you're going to go for it, or not go for it, if the option ends up being I got to run a vertical ball to T. Higgins on 3rd and 3, I assume you're going for it on 4th down, right? You almost have to plan your 4th down before you ever get to 4th down. You decide if you're going for it on 4th down, on 3rd down, and you make your play call accordingly because the protection's there. And we're just throwing Hail Mary prayer balls. It's T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow's good at throwing deep balls. So whatever. But if you see now, why do the Bengals have the ball down here? Because they didn't go for it on 4th down. They didn't go for it. What did the Bengals do here? That's right. They punted it from the 38-yard line in a 3-point game. Maybe they thought the game would end up 9-6 and they wanted field position here. Well, your rookie punter wasn't having a great day because he punted it into the end zone for a net gain. I say gain for 18 yards, a net of 18 yards. Because you didn't want to go for it? But then you're going to go for it later in the game. Because, I mean, the game's on the line, but these are the moments. Run the ball. Go for it. I got no problem with taking a shot with the idea that you're going for it on 4th down. They run into this later. They kick a long field goal. Same situation. What are you doing? 3rd down play call before 4th down decision has to work together. I've said this every year in the first couple of weeks. Then they get it. Then they fix it. And then they're an aggressive team. But here we are again. And it's like, come on, let's not start this way every time. Why do we got to relearn how to do this every time? That's only the first, well, because now they're going to start at the 10-yard line, and they don't do anything the rest of the half here. So that's only the first half of offense film. It's interesting. I do this for the whole thing. There's a lot more that we're going to put. We got another episode this week. We're going to watch more film. I want to get to the defense. They played well for the most part until they wore down because the offense stunk. But otherwise, you'll find more clips on Twitter at Joe Goodberry. Follow us at First Star Logistics as well. This has been Bengals on the Brain. The show is presented by First Star Logistics. Make sure you get in on the giveaways every week. Every Monday, they just announced the 3 winners of the Jamar Chase signed helmets. Go on to Twitter. Malik Wright had that. He ran off the name, so maybe you're on there. No one predicted the score correctly in the comments section for last week, of course. If you did, then you're out of here anyways for predicting that. So no winner for the Bengals on the Brain hat, but we'll do it again this week. Maybe I'll make it a little bit easier since no, because the Bengals are going to win. All right. This has been the show. We'll see you on Friday for that episode as we prepare for the Baltimore Ravens.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.